I want to say something first about Earl, because for a long time I've been extremely interested in what he was doing, and in the period when I was Minister for Science, back in that period between 1983 and 1990, I was interested in doing what I could to secure some support for him. And I said, when I wrote some material for his remarkable book, Seventh Journey, I said I thought he was a great but unsung Australian hero. He was courageous, strong, confident, and with outstanding leadership qualifications. But it's quite right, as Andrew just said, that Australia has had a particular interest in polar exploration. But it's also been interested in science and scientific development early on. Of course, the names of Mawson and Law are inextricably linked with Antarctica, and as it happens, this year, the year of Arctic, 1911, is also the first year, it marks the centenary of Mawson's great Australasian Antarctic expedition, which ran from 1911 to 1914. Hubert Wilkins, who I met in the year of his death in New York in 1958, was an Australian who explored both polar regions. He was with Shackleton down in the Antarctic in 1921-1922, and he later traversed the Arctic by air in 1928, a very famous flight. But Earl is specialised in the Arctic challenge, and he brings courage, originality, and sharp, fresh insights into his excursion. And what is particularly important, particularly valuable about this program is his contribution to leading under circumstances that involve extremities, extraordinary challenges, and an opportunity for 4 people to undergo what will undoubtedly be a life-transforming experience. I was particularly pleased to see that at the very beginning of the document that circulated with you tonight, the very first words, although not in Italian, are the words from the 29th canto of Dante, from the Inferno. Already the moon is under our feet. The time we are allowed has now grown short, and more is to be seen than you see here. And so the opportunity that Earl offers the people who will accompany him to East Greenland will be a life-transforming experience. There's long been a European fascination with Greenland that, so far as we can tell, the first exploration of East Greenland was by the Vikings, by Eric the Red, in 862. We're not absolutely confident what happened to that, but there's no doubt that Viking ruins were found in East Greenland. And then later on it became an area of extraordinary interest, and still is. When he first began planning his expedition back in 1986, he had a very powerful Australian advisory panel which included Philip Law, Dame Elizabeth Murdoch, Sir John Holland, John Bertrand, and Eleanor Rymel, for whom this vessel was named. And I was able to secure some government recognition and assistance. And later, he's a consummate recruiter and indeed, I was going to say seducer, but I'll withdraw that. But he was able to get his patrons included Eddie Shackleton, Lord Shackleton, son of the great Ernest, and the polar explorer Sir Vivian Fuchs. So he's somebody who's experienced privation, courage, he's obstinate, he's tenacious, he's full of sharp insights, he writes extremely well, and he has an unvarnished record of major achievements. I think what he's undertaking in Arctic 2011 is couched on the historic scale, and I congratulate him for his audacity in setting the project up. I'm sure he will come back with a story that will be unforgettable, and I congratulate in advance those fortunate people who are able to go along to be with him.